many characteristics of bodhisattva. Okay, as you see, many of them look contradicting to each other. No? Okay, so that you as a bodhisattva, you in one hand you need to understand the phenomena. Okay, not to attach to the phenomena. On the other hand, you need to engage them. That is the main teaching. Okay, so in one hand you detachment. Okay, the other hand you need to attach yourself. Okay, so that actually there is a lot of discussion on that. I think we don't need to go details of that. So when you have time, you keep on study that. Okay, that is self-explanatory. Yeah.
Okay. So then we'll
See,
move
Weber.
to the chapter 6, the inconceivable.
Yeah.
At that time, Shariputra, seeing that within this chamber there were no beds or seats, thought, these bodhisattvas and great Shravaka disciples, where will they sit? The elder Vimalakirti, knowing his thought, said to Shariputra, for what reason has the noble one come? For the dharma or to seek beds and seats? Shariputra said, I have come for the dharma, not for beds and seats. Vimalakirti said, yes, Shariputra, one who seeks the dharma does not cling to body or life. How much less to beds or seats? One who seeks the dharma does not seek with regard to form, feeling, perception, action, consciousness, does not seek with regard to the dhatu or the ayatna, does not seek with regard to the desire, form or formless realms. Yes, Shariputra, one who seeks the dharma does not become attached to seeking the Buddha, does not become attached to seeking the dharma, and does not become attached to seeking the Sangha. Yes.
Yeah. So the same thing, that's contradictory. Okay. You say the one who seek the Dhamma does not cling to body or life, Okay. I mean you in one hand you try to engage, Another hand you does not cling. Okay, you are not attached to all these things. Okay, so this is not easy to understand. Okay, but when you think that when you this out text, you have to keep on study it carefully. Okay, it try to compromise, those opposite action together. Yeah.
Okay. Then continuing further, one who seeks the dharma does not seek through perceiving suffering,
Suffering. Yeah.
does not seek through cutting off its origin, does not seek through producing extinction, nor through cultivating and realizing the path. Can you, because he's saying
Yeah.
without the Four Noble Truths you have to seek?
Now you see, you want to seek the Dhamma,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but many people they seek the Dhamma through suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you call, through cutting off the nama rupa. Okay, this is what we know. Okay, but he said no, no, no. You don't. You not necessarily have to go through all these things. Okay, that means you should not worship the practice. Okay, not through cultivating and realizing the path. Sometimes we say that we need to realize the path. We need to cultivate the path. But I say, hey, no need to cultivating and no need to realize the path. Okay, that means actually it means that you do not attach to the practice.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So why is this so?
What
The
is this? So
dharma
yeah,
is without vain. Discourse, if one says, I shall see suffering cut off its origin, realize cessation, and cultivate the path, this is vain discourse and not seeking the dharma, just as you said.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, don't touch it. Yeah, do not worship the Dhamma actually.
Yes, Shariputra, the dharma is named quiescence and extinction. If one practices arising and ceasing, this is seeking arising and ceasing, not seeking the dharma. The dharma is named without defilement. If one is defiled by the dharma, even up to nirvana, this is attachment through defilement, not seeking the dharma. The dharma has no place of practice. If one practices within the dharma, that is already a place of practice. This is not seeking the dharma. The dharma has no grasping or rejecting. If one grasps or rejects the dharma, that is grasping and rejecting, not seeking the dharma. The dharma has no location. If one clings to a location, that is attachment to a place, not seeking the dharma. The dharma is called signless. If one follows signs and discriminates, that is seeking signs, not seeking the dharma. The dharma cannot be dwelt in. If one dwells in the dharma, that is abiding in dharma, not seeking the dharma. Yes.
Yeah. You see, the Dhamma has no grasping or rejecting,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At the end of the day, is you need to make your mind free from all the attachment. Okay. Even the attachment to the Dhamma is you lead to worshipping, Many people they worship the Dhamma. Oh, that also not good. Okay. So that you should maintain a very clear mind. Okay. Whatever you do, you must see the result of your action. Okay. Then we are taught, to detach ourselves. We are taught not to cling to the existing world. Okay. But the problem is that when we do not attach ourselves to existing worlds, we do not think we tend to what do you call reject it, negate it. Okay, that also wrong. You should not negate, you cannot negate. You still need the namarupa to survive in this world. Okay, so in one hand, you need to engage, you need to disassociate yourself from this thing. And on the other hand, you need to engage. These are opposite concept, and you need to 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 balance and set a balance between these two. Yeah.
Okay. Continuing for the next one. The dharma cannot be seen, heard, perceived, or known. If one acts through seeing, hearing, perceiving, and knowing, that is seeing, hearing, perceiving, and knowing, not seeking the dharma. The dharma is called unconditional, unconditioned. If one practices the conditioned, that is seeking the conditioned, not seeking the dharma. Therefore, Shariputra, one who seeks the dharma with respect to all dharmas should have no seeking at all.
Yeah, that's not easy, You see, when we practice anything, we practice for a result.
Hmm?
We practice sunya to reset our mind. Okay,
Hmm.
we have something in sorry, we have something in our mind, to achieve. But the problem is that when you want to achieve something, ultimately you are going to attach yourself to namarupa.
Yes.
Okay, so you should not try to achieve anything. But it doesn't mean that you achieve nothing, You still achieve something, okay? Let it come naturally, Okay, you no need to force yourself for the achievement. Because when you want to achieve something, and that something will buy you from the nirvana. That is a difficult part, Okay, in
Yeah.
one hand, you have to practice diligently. The other hand, they ask you not to expect anything from your
Practice.
practice, because when you expect anything, that expectation will lead to attachment. Yeah.
Hmm. It's actually confusing in a way because it is telling what dharma is not. I
Yeah.
mean, it is telling this is not dharma, this is not dharma, this is
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
dharma. So, I
But
mean,
but even that, yes, actually, it's not that you throw away dharma.
hmm,
Okay, it means that you don't attach to dharma. The
hmm,
main point is don't attach to dharma. Don't attach to the teaching. Even the teaching is
hmm.
good. Do not attach, because when you attach to it, you become worshipper. You
Dr. Lim,
started to worship.
what
Yeah.
does the word dharma represent anything, or is it used
Yeah.
because you cannot because my question is, like, for example, it is saying this is not dharma, this is not dharma. So does dharma represent anything, or if we try to if we try to say that this is dharma, would it be attaching to dharma itself again?
Not exactly. Dhamma actually cover a few things. No, first the teaching of Buddha.
Okay,
Okay, we call it Dhamma. The
okay,
right practice. No,
okay.
also Dhamma. This manifestation of the world. No,
Is
okay,
dharma?
is also Dhamma. Okay, so
Okay.
Dhamma are very, it compared to, it combine both sunyata and rupa. Okay, the
Mm-hmm.
teaching is sunya, you don't see. Okay, this world you can see. Okay, all these are put under dharma. So
Mm.
dharma are very, what do you call, what do you, inclusive, no? Inclusive of
Mm.
many things. Okay, so now only thing is that how do you see the dharma?
Mm.
Okay, you see the Dhamma by color and form. Anything that you can send for your five senses, no, that is Namarupa. That is an illusion. So
Mm.
that is the problem part, Okay,
Mm.
we try to understand Dhamma by seeing it, by feeling it, by imagining it, Okay, but all these things will lead to attachment to Dhamma. Okay, so you need to get rid of all these things. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Mm.
So that here they ask you try not to become a worshipper. Try not to become a worshiper. You should use your brain. Okay, you should practice using right view. No, yeah,
Mm. Okay, got it. So if we try to perceive it with the five senses, that is not the true dharma because that is an
yeah.
illusion.
That
Okay.
become illusion. That become illusion. Anything
Okay.
that you can perceive with your senses is an illusion.
Okay. Okay. Continuing with
Yeah,
the verses. When these words were spoken, 500 Devas' sons, with regard to all dharmas, attained the purity of the dharma. At
yeah.
that time, the elder Vimalakirti asked Manjushri, Noble one, you have travelled through immeasurable countless billions of Asamkhya Buddha Kshetras. In which Buddha land are the lion thrones accomplished with excellent, supreme, and wondrous merits? Manjushri said, Householder, to the east, across 36 Ganges sands of Buddha lands, there is a Lokadhatu world named Sumeru
Tomorrow.
appearance, Sumeru, whose
Mm.
Buddha is called Sumeru Deeparaja, Sumeru Lamp King, who is abiding there now in the present. The body of that Buddha is 84,000 yojanas in height, and his lion throne is 84,000 yojanas high, supreme its adornments. Then the elder Vimalakirti, manifesting his miraculous power, at that very moment caused that Buddha to send 32,000 lion thrones, lofty, vast, adorned, and pure, which entered into Vimalakirti's chamber, such as the Bodhisattva's great disciples, Shakra, Brahma, the four heavenly kings, and the others had never seen before. The chamber was spacious and vast, fully able to contain all 32,000 lion thrones without any obstruction. And in the city of Vaishali, as well as in the four continents of Jambudvipa, there was no crowding or constriction. Everything appeared just as before. At that time, Vimalakirti said to Manjushri, Take your place upon the lion throne, and together with the exalted bodhisattvas, sit thereon. You should establish your body in likeness to the form of that throne. The bodhisattvas who had attained miraculous powers immediately transformed their bodies to 42,000 yojanas in height and sat upon the lion thrones. But the newly resolved bodhisattvas and great disciples were all unable to ascend. At that time, Vimalakirti said to Shariputra, Take your place upon the lion throne. Shariputra said, Householder, this throne is so high and vast, I cannot ascend it. Vimalakirti said, Yes, Shariputra, pay homage to the Tathagata, Sumeru Deeparaja, and then you will be able to sit. Thereupon the newly resolved bodhisattvas and great disciples paid homage to the Tathagata Sumeru Deeparaja and were immediately able to sit upon the lion thrones. Shariputra said, Householder, this unprecedented, such a small chamber can contain these lofty and vast thrones, and within the city of Vaishali there is no obstruction. Moreover, in the villages and towns of Jambudvipa and in the palaces of the Devas. Nagas, Yakshas, and spirits throughout the four continents, there is likewise no crowding or constriction. Vimalakirti said, yes, Shariputra, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas have a liberation called inconceivable. If a Bodhisattva abides in this liberation, he can place the height and breadth of Mount Sumeru within a mustard seed without any increases or decreases. Yes, doctor.
Yeah. So actually, you see,
The must.
the dhammas are this uh no this one so many people attending to the talking, okay.
Hmm.
Then they said that they have a liberation called this
Inconceivable.
inconceivable. I mean, many of the practice of body sattva are inconceivable to the normal man. For example, such a small room,
Hmm.
okay, maybe 100 square feet, but ten of thousands of people can coming in with a lion throne. How can it
Hmm.
be possible? It's inconceivable,
Hmm.
okay. But what they tell you is that the inconceivable of Buddha and the Bodhisattva, because they are not confined with the space and time. The space and time that to us is something that definitely, I'm sitting in a room now. The room is such and such big. Okay, it can only how many people can come into the room. That is our level. Okay, but when you come to the level of Sugata, if you come level of Buddha and this thing, this does not mean anything, Okay, in a small space, they can fit in so many things, Okay, that is their freedom, That is the power. And this, of course, to us is conceivable, but of course, to Buddha and to this Bodhisattva, this is something that exactly they can do. Yeah.
Okay. So if we'll open the floor now, we are almost on time. We
Yeah.
can
Okay.
open the floor for questions. Until then, we maybe Dr. Lim, you can summarize these verses for us.
Yeah, you see the sentence I say that he can praise the height and breadth of the Mount Sumeru,
Hmm.
within a mustard seed without any. Okay, where is Mount Sumeru? Mount Sumeru, they say that is the center of the galaxy, You look at galaxy, it look like a swastika.
Hmm.
The center of bottom of that is the Mount Sumeru.
Okay.
Mount is huge, Of course, it's a it take a few hundred or even 1,000 light year to travel across. Okay, even though it's such a big vast space, they can put into a master seat. That means space and time have no restriction to them.
Hmm.
So
This
is there
looks
any
like a
question?
sci-fi movie now.
Yeah. Like sci-fi movies or cannot do something like that, Even more than
Yeah.
that. Even more than that. Yeah.
No, but suddenly so many big thrones coming in and everyone
Yeah.
becoming.
And time mean nothing to them, They can
Hmm.
exist in yesterday, today, and tomorrow. They can
Hmm.
travel in time also. Yeah.
Hmm. We have a question.
Yeah,
Good
please.
morning, Dr. Lim. How to know you are doing a wrong Shunya practice? Is the question from
Yeah.
Cheries
No,
Genoran.
you look at the result.
Hmm.
If the result is positive, then the practice is right. If the result is negative, then your practice is wrong.
Hmm.
Okay. You don't overforce yourself when you practice your sunya. And you also don't be too lazy, not practice.
Hmm.
Okay. So that you should practice the exercise. Okay. Then after practice you feel good, you feel happy, you feel relaxed, then it's a good practice. But after practice you feel depressed, that means the practice is wrong. Many of the Vipassana school, we don't agree, because after practice, people feel very depressed. Many people, they even have kakko, they even have mental breakdown after going through the school. That is that is no good, yeah.
And even if your practice is not working, the only thing you have to do is do it again.
Yeah. No, you can feel it, Okay,
Hmm.
the Buddha said that the practice is happy. After you practice sunya, you should feel relaxed. You should feel the kind
Hmm.
of peace of mind. Okay.
Hmm.
If you feel very much oppressed, if you feel that it's too much difficulty, that means something wrong with the practice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any
So I
more
think we take
question?
some rest. There's no question. Take
Yes.
some rest. Okay, then
Yeah.
after we go for our Sanganun.
Shangalun.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye. So thank you guys for joining in, and that was Dr. Lim, and he shared many insights in the Vimalakirti Sutra, because it's very difficult to understand what they are trying to say here, because they're telling what not is dharma, but what exactly is dharma, and then what is this? What do they mean by inconceivable? When the word inconceivable is coming, and what is it trying to? What is the underlying understanding of it? That these beings which are there, they are not bound by space and time, like how we are always measuring things in terms of space and time. They are not limited to that, so they have moved beyond that. Now that is why, because of that, it is inconceivable, that word. And that was it for the today's study session. Now hope to see you on next weekend. Until then, have a nice weekend, and weekdays also. We hope to see you at next Saturday at 10 a.m. That was it. Namaste. Bye.